Hi friends, I'm Sarah Keene. I'm a psychic medium, a trance channel, and a transformational coach. I've been working with people like you for the last 14 years, helping walk with them through their awakening process. And in that awakening process, a really important part of it is learning how to identify and use their intuition. Many people don't realize that they actually are already bringing in intuitive information or channeled information already. So listen to these few things and see if this sounds like you. Okay, have you ever been driving and you're kind of in that road hypnosis and just things are processing in your mind, and all of a sudden there seems to be a download of information, and this might be by visions or thoughts, but it usually just lands in there, and there's also this feeling of yep, that's right. Okay, that is channeled information. Have you ever been in a conversation with somebody, they're telling you about a difficulty that they're having, and some sort of advice just starts to come in, flowing through, and when you pass on that advice, they're like, "Oh my God, that was amazing. How did you know? How did you get that information?" And you're like, "I don't know. It just popped into my head, so I said it." Okay, that's you being a channel. That's you moving channeled information through you like a faucet. Have you ever been working on a project and as you're working through something that's a challenge for you, all of a sudden something just seems to kind of flow in. Sometimes it even happens like through the mid-head, mid-brain, and it just lands in there. There may be pictures, images, words. It's just like all of a sudden the next step comes. And very often you're like, did I think of that? Like, it might surprise even you that you came up with that. That's usually your guides giving you a transmission of information through your senses, and that is you channeling. Have you ever stood in front of a group of people and you were speaking, and all of a sudden there was a slight shift in your demeanor? You seemed to settle in, to be at ease. It almost seemed like there was a little bit of a change in your voice. You seemed to be reading the room a little easier. And there just seemed to be a flow of words coming through you. And you might even have not remembered everything that you said because you were just so in sync with that flow of energy. That's you being a channel. Okay, one more thing is, if you have already been in intuition classes and you've been working on your psychic gifts, you've been working on your channeling already, so you already know how your claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsentience is working for you. You already know how you're pulling in intuition or intuitive hits from the spirit world, and you are looking to put this onto channeled writing or trance speaking. This class, Learn to Channel, is your next step. Sarah Shook and I are teaching in September and October a class called Learn to Channel, and there's 2 tracks to this. The first track is all the practical stuff. Sarah Shook is going to be walking you through understanding more about intention setting, discernment, shielding, what it feels like to work with different types of beings because their energy is slightly different, and she's going to walk you through a meditation. And in the second track, I am going to be teaching you, this is the developmental circle. This is where you get a real experience working with your classmates. You move through that vulnerable state, you step into your courage, and you put yourself out there trying something new. And we're all in that space where we're not judging, we're ego-free, there's no pressure. We're just here to see what we're going to get. And if you're a partner for somebody, you are here to support and witness and watch and learn. And there's so much that we learn from being in a group setting together. We learn how other people are doing this, how it comes to them, which might be insight for us for later on. It might work like that for us, or we start to fine tune and refine how information comes into us. So the development circle is like this extra super powered part of how you're going to amplify your new skill sets. by working with other people. So if you're feeling all the feels here while I'm talking, this may be because your intuition is calling you in deeper. This may be your next step. Sarah Shook has a meditation on the website for this class to help you determine if you really feel like this is the next step for you. And of course, we are thrilled to walk you through that next step in your developmental process. Hope to see you soon.